What up? Yo, our good friend Kamala Harris did a town hall and it was a disaster.
Jackson Weiss is a student at Drexel University from Flourtown, Pennsylvania, registered Republican, says he's leaning toward voting for you, but is yet to make a final decision. Jackson.
Thank you.
I highly doubt that this young man is considering voting for Kamala Harris. He does not look like your typical Kamala Harris voter. Not even close. A male Kamala Harris voter.
Jackson. Thank you for taking the time to be here too, Vice President Harris.
Thank you.
Regarding the rapid increase in the migrant population, how will you ensure that every immigrant is integrated into American society safely? What benefits and subsidies will you provide them with? And how long will these benefits and subsidies last for an individual? Most importantly, will the American citizens' taxes pay for these benefits and subsidies? And if so, how much money will be allocated?
That's a long question. Let's see if she get it. Is Kamala Harris finally going to answer a question directly? Or will she do what Kamala Harris always does and not answer the question at all? Let's see.
Well, thank you, Jackson. Let's start with this. America's immigration system is broken and it needs to be fixed. And it's been broken for a long time. And part of what we need to do is always prioritize what we need to do to strengthen our border. I will tell you, I'm the only person in this race among the two choices that voters have. I've personally prosecuted transnational.
We already 20 seconds into her answer, and she ain't even came close to answering this boy's question.
National criminal organizations in the trafficking of guns, drugs, and human beings. I have spent a significant part of my career making sure that our border is secure and that we do not allow criminals in, and we don't allow that kind of trafficking to happen and come into our country.
This lady cannot answer a question to save her life. Like, what the hell is going? Is this what y'all really want? Is this what y'all want? Somebody who just does not answer questions at all. So, have y'all ever been talking to somebody and you ask them a question and they just tell you a whole bunch of nothing? That's what it's like watching Kamala Harris speak. She just says absolutely nothing. She gives you a whole bunch of words, but don't say nothing at all.
Let me ask you about that. I mean, you talk about the bill that Donald Trump quashed. That was in
which we know what was garbage.
2024. You talk about the bill you tried to get passed in 2021. That wasn't able to get passed. 2022, 2023, there were record border crossings. Your administration took hundreds of executive actions. It didn't stem the flow. Numbers kept going up. Finally, in 2024, just in June, 3 weeks before the first presidential debate with Joe Biden, you institute executive actions that had a dramatic impact, really shut down.
That's what I'm talking about. You don't need a bipartisan bill to close down the border. Executive order that thing. Stop playing.
People crossing over. Why didn't your administration do that in 2022, 2023?
First of all, you're exactly right, Anderson. And as of today, we have cut the flow of immigration by over half. In fact, the numbers I saw most recently, illegal immigration.
But if
is
it was
low.
that easy with that executive action, why not do it in 2022?
I'm so glad that somebody's finally pushing back on her with this nonsense. If it was that easy, why didn't you do it from the beginning? We know you full of shit.
2023.
Because we were working with Congress and hoping that actually we could have a long-term fix to the problem instead of a short-term fix.
You couldn't have done one and both at the same time?
Well, here's the thing.
Get her ass, Anderson. Get her, Anderson.
You have to understand that ultimately this problem is going to be fixed through congressional action. We have dealt with it such that, to your point, we now, as of today, as of our visit, have lower undocumented immigrants and illegal immigration than Trump when he left office.
That's true.
But we need a permanent solution, and that requires bipartisan work.
Do you wish you'd done those executive orders in 2022, 2023?
I think we...
I got a feeling she's about to say, no, I think that we did everything right.
Did the right thing, but the best thing that can happen for the American people is that we have bipartisan work happening, and I pledge to you that
The border, that does not need to be bipartisan whatsoever. Get that border closed and keep it closed.
to fix this long-standing problem. I think the American people are demanding it.
Yeah.
On both sides of the aisle.
When you were running for vice president in 2020, you were not talking about banning fracking, but
No, Anderson, I pledge that I would not ban fracking.
right, I know.
This lady flip-flops more than a fish out of water. She do want to ban fracking, then she don't want to ban fracking. She wants to ban guns, then she doesn't want to ban guns. This lady is all over the place. All over the place. And this is what y'all truly want, somebody who just goes back and forth like this? Really?
You said you would not ban fracking.
Correct.
You had said in the 2019 town hall, there's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking. In 2017, you talked about Medicare for all. You talked about 2019, you raised a hand in debate about if border crossings should be decriminalized. Are all of those issues, which those are not your positions now, are all those issues that you're saying through consensus and getting stuff done you have evolved on?
Well, no, let's take, for example, the issue of Medicare. My point has always been that
he asked her about fracking, decriminalized border crossings, and the gun issue. She went to talking about Medicare.
access to health care should not just be a privilege of those who can afford it. It should be a right for all people. So that is why I have worked on doing what we have done to, one, allow Medicare to negotiate against the big pharmaceutical companies to bring down the cost of prescription medication. We've achieved that in terms of capping the cost of insulin for seniors at $35 a month, capping the cost of annual prescriptions at $2,000 a year for seniors. But my plan moving forward, based on that very principle that I've always had, is as president, to have that cap be for everyone and not just for our seniors. The work that I have done.
For everyone. Now, let me remind y'all that she's including illegal immigrants in this as well. This is not just for American citizens. She said for everyone. And we know that Kamala Harris loves the illegal immigration.
That has been about recognizing the importance of dealing with border security. That has never changed. As I said, I have prosecuted transnational criminal organizations.
Yeah, we heard this all before. All right, whatever.
Well, let's talk about Donald Trump and that border wall.
I guarantee you that he did not ask her one question about Donald Trump. But every time she has to bring up Donald Trump's name because Donald Trump's bad. Bad man orange. Orange man bad.
So remember, Donald Trump said Mexico would pay for it?
She go with this dumbass laugh.
Come on, they didn't. How much of that wall did he build? I think the last number I saw was about 2%. And then when it came for time for him to do a photo op, you know where he did it? In the part of the wall that President Obama built.
But you're agreeing to a bill that would earmark $650 million to continue building that wall.
I
Gotta ask. Look, she criticizes that border wall all the time, but she pledged to keep the wall being built. Come on now, make it make sense.
pledge that I am going to bring forward that bipartisan bill to further strengthen and secure our border. Yes, I am. And I'm going to work across the aisle to pass a comprehensive bill that deals with a broken immigration system. I think Jackson's question, part of it was to acknowledge that America has always had migration, but there needs to be a legal process for it.
And there is a legal process for it. You just bypassed all of that when you decided to leave the border open. They really think that we're stupid. We know why y'all are keeping the border open. Because if you win this election, you're going to grant the people that are here, that came in illegally, citizenship. And what's going to happen is you now have a new voting bloc for the Democratic Party. That's exactly what's going to happen.
People have to earn it. And that's the point that I think is the most important point that can be made, which is we need a president who is grounded in common sense.
And that's not you. That's not you at all. We know that you are stupid. Let me stop. Let me stop.
Practical outcomes. Like, let's just fix this thing. Let's just fix it. Why is there any ideological perspective on it? Let's just fix the problem.
To fix the problem, you're doing this compromise bill. It does call for $650 million that was earmarked under Trump to actually still go to build the wall.
I'm not afraid of good ideas where they occur.
So you don't think stupid anymore?
Oh, man, Anderson Cooper is on her ass, and I love it. So now all of a sudden, you don't think that the border bill is stupid anymore. That building a wall is stupid anymore, huh? This lady goes back and forth, back and forth.
I think what he did and how he did it did not make much sense because he actually didn't do much of anything. I just talked about that wall, right? We just talked about it. He didn't actually do much of anything.
But you do want to build some wall.
I want to strengthen our border.
Something you can answer.
Well, I'll just tell you what I'm hearing from people who I have been talking to, and that is that if her goal was to close the deal, they're not sure she did that. And, you know, some people have asked, is she being held to a different standard? Maybe.
What? Is she being held to a different standard than Donald Trump? Absolutely not. Man, if Donald Trump chews a chicken sandwich and swallows the wrong way, he's going to get criticized. When Donald Trump wake up in the morning, he's going to get criticized. If Donald Trump waves hello to somebody, they are going to criticize that. You got at least 15 liberal media news stations that just bash Donald Trump all day. It doesn't matter if he does something good, if he does something bad, it don't matter. But is she held to a different standard? Absolutely not.
But that's maybe the world that she's living in. And on the question of who she is, people are understanding that a little bit more. But what she will do, the question about her legislative priorities, name one. There wasn't one. You know, some more of her personality and her sort of character questions about your weaknesses or what mistakes did you make?
Kamala Harris, the people have spoken. We don't want you. We see you doing your interviews. We see you doing your rallies. You flip-flop all the time. The people are just rejecting you. We don't want you. I cannot wait until November 5th whenever we can make America great again. You have 98% positivity rating in the media, while Donald Trump only has 17% positivity rating in the media. And it's not working. You got all these celebrities coming out endorsing you, which I think that people shouldn't listen to celebrities when it comes to politics at all, because 99.9% of the policies that these people put in place are not going to affect them at all. Appreciate y'all for watching. Make sure that y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Man, I'll catch y'all on the next one. I'm out.